What's up, Collab crew? I'm Andrea.
And I'm Ashley.
And we are empowering estheticians one conversation at a time.
Welcome back to the Esty Collaborative Podcast. This week, we are going to be highlighting everything that's been going on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Our experience at IECSC,
Yes.
which I'm really excited to talk to you more about because I feel like we haven't really caught up as much as we wanted to since then.
Yeah.
And what's to come.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, guys. So IECSC. Let's get into it.
Yes.
It was an experience. As you know, that was my first time going.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed the show in general just because it was a little slower paced than Premiere. Premiere is very busy, fast paced. Get your product and quickly move on, or else you won't cover the whole floor.
Yeah.
I feel like with IECSC, I was able to actually cover the entire floor and go to every vendor booth and talk to so many different people. I did only go as an attendee. I actually went working as a content creator for IECSC, and that was also an experience. I realized that being a content creator is, and I never really gave myself that label, right? Even though I create content, I just never labeled myself as a content creator. I just do the content because I know I need to. But when they reached out to me and asked me to be a part of the team, I'm like, sure, And they gave us guidance and things that they wanted us to kind of cover. But in my mind, I went in there thinking you know what? No, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do what I know how to do best is be creative and kind of come up with my own little swing without going too far off of their schedule. But my absolute favorite part, girl, we are famous in the Esty world. We are famous in the Esty world because the girlies knew exactly who I was. They knew exactly who you was. And I was like, oh, you know me? Oh, you follow us? Oh my God. That was probably my favorite moment. And one of the estheticians came on day 2. Her name is Fallon. Yeah. She does really good content on Instagram. And she asked me what has been your favorite part of the experience so far. And I was like, everybody knowing who the Esty Collaborative is. Yes. And she didn't really know who we were. So I explained to her who we were and what we do for the community. And I was like, it's just so cool that people see me and they come and hug me. And then I feel bad because I don't remember their name, but I can remember their face. And I'm like, it feels so good to know that even though Ashley and, myself aren't where we want to be yet in the Esty Collaborative and what we're trying to do, because we want to make it go as far as we can make it go. I feel like we've made such an impact in the community with brands as well. Yeah. Girl, I was just
I know, I'm almost tearing up a little bit. Seriously. Aww. No, it is very humbling when you're there, and walking around. And it's funny because, we encourage people, if you see us at these shows, come say hi, you know? I mean, for people that don't know what IECSC is, it's a beauty conference. They typically do 4 a year. The big one's in New York, and they also have the huge one in Vegas. They were just in West Palm Beach. So, it was amazing that they reached out to you to be the content creator, and because they see you showing up online. Yeah. And it's another reason, you guys, opportunities can come from everywhere. Yes. When you show up and you weren't even, you're not even showing up for those opportunities, but they're just coming to you, right? Yeah. And then to be able to walk the show floor and have people, that one moment when we were together, we finally met up on day 1, we bumped into each other basically. Hey girl, there you are. Yeah. And when we were on our way to the restroom and that lady came up to us, Samantha. Yes. And she was just like, oh my gosh. She was so sweet. Yeah. You guys have Esty Collaborative. I follow you. And I found out about you through our girl Samantha at ICES/LNE show group.
With the Esthetician Edit.
Yes. Yeah. Esthetician Edit podcast. And so it's so cool because, I think a lot of the times we're giving, and we're so in it, right? Yeah. That once you're able to kind of see, okay, this is impacting people. People are resonating with this. People do want more. Yeah. They want to spend time with us.
They do. They do.
It really makes it, okay, everything we're doing, it's all worth it. Yeah. People are, it's getting out there.
It is. It is. And I really do love what we do. And it took, I don't know, I think it was this past weekend, it kind of struck a nerve. Like, I know that prior to that, we've always been like 110. I think this IECSC weekend is what struck that nerve to like, no, we got to keep going. Because even our after party, the same girl, Samantha, that Ashley referenced that caught us on the way to the bathroom, she said that she bought a ticket to our after party the year prior, but because IECSC got canceled due to the hurricane, we had to cancel our after party. And when she seen us, she was like, you guys have another after party tonight? She was like, I gotta come. And I was like, okay. So, you know, we were still selling tickets, of course, to whoever wanted to come. And I got to say, there was some really powerful conversations happening at that table. And look, I'm getting a little emotional. It was just so good. Like, I just love what we're doing. Yeah, I really do. And the experience overall, IECSC was a good experience. And I would go back again. Again, it's more of a slower pace. I don't know how it's been in the years prior. I think you've been to their shows in the years prior, but it was a little slow for me. I like fast paced.
You like the energy.
I do like the energy. And day 2 was like, okay, what happened? Day 1 was like, you know, but outside of that, it was still a really good experience. Yeah. It really was.
Good. Did you take any classes? What was your favorite class?
So, okay. I took a class about how to balance hormonal acne. That one was a really good class. And there was also a content class with, don't tell me. You introduced me to them.
I know who it is.
Started with the B. Barry. Yes. I took their class, and their energy was through the roof, and I really did like that. I also took a class with Savannah Boda, and she was talking about content as well. She's just a cutie. Like, she has good energy. Like, she had me cracking up in there. Like, she's good people. So those classes were the ones that I took. And then I hopped in and out of a few just to kind of get some content and hear a little bit about it. But if the topic doesn't interest me, I'm not locked in, you know? Yeah. So I was like, all right, on to the next. But overall, the classes were really good. They had some really good speakers. There was one person that I was so upset that I missed her class because I was on the showroom floor doing interviews. Her name was Taylor. She's an esthetician and she specializes in acne. And oh my God, everybody that came out of her class was like, oh, that was such a good class. And my eyes twitching, like, I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, but I was so tempted to inbox her, like, can we do like a one-on-one? Yeah. Because, you know, I just love learning, even though I feel like I'm pretty confident. I just love learning. Yeah. Other people's perspectives.
There's always something to learn. Yeah. Especially for these people that we look up to and admire so much, you know? Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so it was good. What about you? What classes did you attend?
I did one class, but I was also a demo on the show floor, or a model for a demo on the show floor.
Let me tell you something about Ashley. She always finds her way being a model. I'm a little jealous.
I know, girl. I know. It's so funny because I've never been a model, but like this year, I'm getting all the opportunities to be model at all the shows.
That's
like
so cool.
Premiere, I did the head spa treatment with Brandy. And then this year I did the Mr. Lulu double peel. You know, we love Mr. Lulu family.
We do.
And the feedback, the before and afters are amazing. I've been wanting to try out some of the products to see how it actually feels on the skin. Their double peel is like viral now. Like, that's the thing that I don't want to call it a trend because it's not trendy, right? It's super effective. But I just love how they came out of the gate and they're just like in everything now, you know?
They are. They're definitely putting in the footwork and networking and collabing with anyone who wants to be a part of the Miss Lulu family. Yeah. I love them.
Yeah, they have such a great team.
They do. Yeah. They do. And Kara is absolutely amazing as well. We love you, Kara.
We love you, Kara. Yeah. And then I got to have my demo done by Mercedes, aka Unicorn Goddess. Yes. Okay. I was fangirling on that table the whole time. Like, I can't believe if she's touching my face. She's an esthetician here in Orlando area. Yeah. I'll leave her info below if you're not following her. She's amazing. But so I got to try out the double peel, which I was really happy with. My skin's looking really great. I've been taking a break from makeup just to let it breathe and heal. Tinted moisturizer. But yeah, it feels really great. I did have some flaking though. I showed you, remember, a couple days. I was like, I am actually peeling. But to be fair, I haven't really exfoliated in a while. So I feel like there's going to be more flaking with that. But yeah, I got to be a model for that. And then I did sit in on Viktoria Deanne's class, which was hosted by the CEO, Mark. Wow, I've never heard him speak before. And he is so knowledgeable on peptides, girl. Like, I was actually disappointed because I had to leave his class a little early to get to the Mr. Lulu booth I hate when I overbook myself.
Says every esthetician.
Yes, I know. Because I'm like, to Chelsea and Alex were the friends that I went with. And it's like, hey, like, don't leave this class. Get all the information you can and then catch me up after, But the healing power of peptides is just amazing. Yeah. So I did stock up on a few of their products because I've dabbled in Viktoria Deanne over the years. But I think I really want to full-time carry it in the treatment room.
Nice.
This morning on Sabina, I did like a peptide nano infusion with their nano sheet mask. Oh my gosh, her skin looked amazing afterwards. So I'm excited to learn more about peptides with Mark and the Viktoria Deanne team. So yeah, that was definitely my favorite class.
Yeah, I was upset because the next day my plan was to go to his class, but I had got caught up doing things with the IECSC team, so I couldn't go to the class. I'm like, dang it. But I'm pretty sure he's as amazing as you say.
Yeah.
I really love when a brand could back up the science, back up the results, the before and afters, and they stand behind their products 110%. And it's even better when your colleague or an Esty bestie tells you amazing things about a product. So I can't wait to learn more about it myself.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It was a good time. I enjoyed IECSC. We had our after party afterwards. Like you said, so many amazing people there. The team that was representing Viktoria Deanne, it was Stephanie and Pam, mother and daughter duo that also, I'm sorry, I think it's mother and daughter-in-law duo. But they also run med spa distributors out in Georgia. So it's nice to connect with them. And then they brought Mark from Viktoria Deanne. And we're just like, oh my gosh, we have like CEOs, like legit CEOs at our dinner. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. We had a cosmetic chemist.
Yeah, we had two of them there between Alex and Stanley.
Yes.
Oh, and that was amazing so cool. Too.
Yeah. And I'm like, when she first showed up, I'm like, are you an esthetician? She was like, no, I'm a cosmetic chemist. I'm like, well, how did you hear about our event? She was like, on Threads. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, and we just went to talking away, and it was so cool to be able to even connect her with the other estheticians that were there that may possibly want to, formulate their own product. And I just think it's so cool that our events are not just for estheticians, that you will find value in just having conversation and networking with people that's surrounding the industry. So yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. We had a really good group. Everybody's there to pick each other's brains, talk about all the knowledge we soaked in throughout the day at the show, and just, rest and reset. It was a couple hours and we sat outside. The weather was beautiful. Our venue, our space that we held it at was beautiful. So yeah, cheers to more Esty Collaborative post-show meetups.
Yeah.
We're not stopping.
I feel like our after parties always do well. And we always kind of go into it capping out at a number because we never want it so big to where people get lost in conversation. We like those genuine connections. So we try to keep our after parties like no more than 12, 13 people. But the one after IECSC, we ended up having like 25 people. And I was like, whoa, this is more than what we wanted. But it didn't feel overwhelmed at all. Like I'm like eavesdropping in everyone's conversation. You just hear different things being talked about. And I feel like that's my favorite part, just being quiet and listening.
Yes. Yeah. It's letting everybody else kind of get to know each other. And it feels good to bring people together in that way.
It does. It does. So cheers to more after parties.
Yeah. So, and speaking of networking, let's talk about it. This was something we wanted to discuss today, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Networking is so important, guys. Networking is so vital in whatever industry you're in. If you think about it, like a lot of these conventions hold networking for different things. They have engineering conventions, they have Comic-Con, people who love comics, and, people who are into Pokemon. There's all kinds of, because there's power in networking. And we absolutely love the support in the community. We love supporting other people, even outside of just our own, events and things that we do. You know, Ashley's really good at that. I'm trying to get better at it. I tend to find myself like, I don't want to go, but it's nothing personal. It's just more of a like, I could be at home folding clothes and cleaning the pile of clothes that's just sitting at the edge of my bed, but I am trying to be more intentional because I'm starting to really see how important it is to network.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, for me, networking really didn't come until meeting Kaylin with Herbal Skin Solutions. I was out of school probably close to 2 years by that point, and I felt like I had a decent support system around me, and like she was mentoring me, especially through microneedling at the time. So I felt confident in my circle, but I didn't know how much bigger and more amazing it could be, right? So she had held, it was after Premiere one year, she held like a little get together. I didn't even go to Premiere, I don't think, that year, but I went to her after party, and it was just so great to see everybody she got together. And then she ended up donating proceeds of like the event to the local animal shelter.
How cute.
It's like pulling on my heartstrings, So it's like, okay, we're going to support a great cause, which a lot of the times these networking events do support great causes, and then just connecting with so many estheticians that were doing things different than I was. Yeah. And it just really opened my mind to, wow, there's so much more I can learn from these people who are willing to share and willing to pour into me. Yeah. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Yeah.
And then once it's, running the trade show circuit with Herbal Skin Solutions for a few years and doing a lot of the NASN shows, NASN also being very personal. Yeah. And a lot of networking that happens there. So it was like, after every show, meetups. And I've kind of carried that now. We have into the Esty Collaborative. And I mean, and it's also so important, which we're now learning with Twee coming in too, and us doing more with her and her talking more about the financial aspect of things, the money mindset aspect of things, and how much we can learn from her. It's not just people in your industry that you need to be networking with. Right. It's people outside of your industry too, that are experts in areas that we're not experts in.
Yeah, because you never know what you may need help in. Just to piggyback off of that, I also think it's so important that we as business owners don't box ourselves into just supporting one group or one topic or one event, for lack of a better term. For example, if we're available, we're going to go to anybody's stuff. It doesn't matter if, like she said, we're connected with Twee. She's a money strategist. We don't mind connecting with people who are just money strategists because we're entrepreneurs. We're going to eventually need someone in that industry. And even like today, I have a call with someone that Twee connected me with for like accounting and just trying to like find someone new to just help me keep my books in order. And if we never met Twee, I would have never found this person to help me. So I think it's so important to not box yourself into only supporting one group of people. I think it's important to branch out and still be able to be loyal to your day ones. Yeah. But still also make sure that you're connecting, because you just never know what other people can do for you. You know, you may be going to one event and, you know, a group event over and over and over, and you still feel like you're missing something. And then you finally take that chance and go to another event and you find exactly what you need from connecting with somebody outside of that circle. Now you're like, dang, I should have been left that circle, but still support them in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, guys, like, don't be afraid to just branch out there and support any and everybody, because you just never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to cross paths with, who's going to help you. Because if you're still feeling stuck in your business and you've been going to these same kind of events and you're not getting what you need, it might be time to branch out to other things to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people get comfortable. They get comfortable with their group. They get comfortable with their peoples, and it can be scary to branch out sometimes,
For sure.
you know? So I do think that's some of the reason too. But that's why, like us, we just are constantly encouraging people, like, okay, you can't make it to the, like, come when it feels good, come when it feels right, and come when you're open to receiving, you know? But I agree. I like to network. Even so, a couple weeks ago, I had a client. She doesn't see me regularly. I've actually only treated her a couple times at like a at-home spa day type of thing. But me and her really clicked. She has her own podcast, so like we clicked about that. And she just wrote her third book. Ooh. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things that I can learn. And she's on my table and she's just giving me all these gems. And basically her book is about networking as well, and how to talk to people. It's called Peopling. I will leave the link below for this book. So I've just started to dive into it. I love it already. But a lot of the world, I should say, I think kind of became a little more introverted, especially after COVID. We kind of reclused ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And now I think people are trying to figure out the right way to get back out there to network. I have estheticians asking me all the time, like, how do I network? Yeah. Don't overthink it. It's really, you know, when I'm at trade shows, especially, I'm at all the booths introducing myself to all the people. Like, they want to hear from you. They want to hear your feedback. They want to know what's going on in your treatment room. I mean, never feel silly for introducing yourself to someone, especially if it's someone that you admire. Because even we know how nice it feels when somebody comes and says, oh, I've learned so much from you guys. You have done so much for me, you know, so reciprocate that. But anyway, my client, I'm getting off topic, but she wrote a book. So I said, okay, like, yeah, absolutely. I want to come support. She had a book signing. I'm going to come support it, you know? So I went to her book signing. It was right here in Winter Park. It was the cutest little setup. She had it catered. She had a table lady selling all of her books. And then it was very relaxed. It wasn't anything that I felt super nervous. I brought a +1, my bestie, Allie, just to kind of, she's really good at breaking the ice too. So if you're nervous to go by yourself, bring along somebody that is maybe a little more extroverted, that can give you feedback on how to network with people, like, you know, because it's always helpful. It is. And yeah, I made a lot of great connections there. And then a few of the ladies there and gentlemen were also talking about this other group called Toastmasters. Have you heard of Toastmasters? No. So it's been around for like a really long time. And I think every city kind of has like their own Toastmasters club. So you can go to different ones and meet different people. But essentially it is, I don't want to call it improv, but they do some improv, but it's to get more comfortable with public speaking and introducing your business to the community and other people. So they'll do all kinds of like little fun exercises during, you know, the hour that they meet up once a week to get you more comfortable with talking about your business, your elevator pitch, like whatever it is, whatever you need assistance in, they'll help guide you. So I got some information on that and I'm like, okay, I think that actually would be really great for me. Yeah. There are some things I want to work on when it comes to public speaking, but I mean, how else would I know about any of these things if I'm only going to esthetician networking events? Exactly. You know, it's branch out. Like you will find so many more things that can help you in your business outside of the treatment room. For sure. Yeah. No, for sure. I'm not opposed to going to any kind of networking event, you know, because
like you just gave the example, you just never know who you're going to meet and how someone telling you about something like Toastmasters can actually help you in business, being more comfortable with speaking, public speaking, whatever it is, it still ties back to you as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, So I love that. Yeah. I love that so much. So
I feel like a lot of the most successful people have a team around them. And it's just like what Twee's building with Bloom Street, right? Because
right.
You talked earlier about, not putting yourself in a box. If you feel like you're not gaining what you want from an event or a mentor, branch out, because like Twee has a whole line of people that does different things than what she does too.
Right.
So I think that's important, which is what I appreciate about the Esty Collaborative. We have Twee that's coming in to talk about the finance. There is not one person out there that knows everything about it all.
Right.
And even if themselves have hit numbers that are just, calling to you pretty much because you're like, oh, I want to make those numbers or I want to do that, in my business. Everybody's journey is going to look different.
Yeah.
Just because somebody reaches 6 figures in this amount of time, blah, blah, that doesn't mean that same's going to happen for you.
Right.
So a lot of the times, a lot of these mentors are promising things that they can't necessarily deliver because you're a different person and your journey looks different.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm actually glad that you said that because I had one of my mentees that I was speaking with last week, and she was just, I love this about you, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And after she got done giving me like all of my, I guess, accolades, and, I had to tell her, remember, you're not me, right?
Yeah.
So there's no comparing, right? Because I may have been able to hit a certain number within my first year of being an esthetician. That may not be your story. Not to say that you cannot do it, but I want you to set realistic expectations. You know, I'm not going to sell you a dream and say, well, I hit 6 figures, so you'll hit 6 figures, Yeah. You can, absolutely. But you do have to apply yourself differently because when we started as Esties is different from the girls getting into the game now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit more challenging for them to reach certain heights. You got to be very creative. You got to be consistent. You got to show up. You got to be on point. And I feel that that's the part that people are missing when it comes to telling people or trying to encourage people, you can get there, but just don't compare yourself to nobody else.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like I might have just gotten off topic too. But,
no, you didn't.
But,
I mean, it's true, because I think a lot of the times when we go to these events and we're hearing all these great promises, like we're going there thinking that's going to be me as soon as I leave, then your confidence is up here. You're feeling really great. And I've been through it. Yeah. So I can talk from experience. I've gone to conferences and to motivational speaking things. And like, I leave feeling like I'm on cloud 9, ready to hit the ground running for a few days.
Yeah.
And then what happens then? And then you're like, meh. And it's because if you don't have somebody there to also encourage you, hold you accountable, whether it's a mentor or a fellow esthetician or whoever, partner, then it is going to be very easy to lose that kind of momentum that you have going on. Yeah. So, and if you don't know how to apply it, then you're never going to get there.
Right.
So no, I totally agree. I see all these, six figure businesses, 6-figure estheticians. Like, I love it. I love that they are willing to share their journey because it gives hope to us that, oh, wow, we can really kill it in business once we find the right path for us, right? So it is very encouraging, but to promise somebody that they can do the same thing.
Eyes twitching. Yeah. It's like, come on, let's be serious,
And like, show me your numbers. Like, show me how you've done this for other people.
Yeah.
Please do not sign up for coaching classes and programs and mentorships where they cannot prove to you what they've done for somebody else. And not just one time, over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That's their expertise. I think it's important for somebody that is your mentor to also have a team of people behind them, right? Because it's never going to be one person that knows everything.
Correct.
It's just like us bringing Twee into our community to teach about the finance part. We know the finances inside of the treatment room. We know nothing about the life insurance, the health insurance, the IRAs, all these ways to possibly invest money, to make more money, to set yourself up for retirement.
For sure.
So if somebody comes to us asking about finances, we're going to recommend you over to Tweet, you know?
Right.
So I think it is important to have a network or a hub of all kinds of resources, all different types of professionals that you can go to, and even multiple of those, because sometimes you want to get different opinions, a second, third opinion,
No, for sure. And, like Ashley said, just be mindful whenever you are picking your mentor or your coach or whatever lingo is used. Do your due diligence on that person and find out what it is that you really need, right? Because like she mentioned, we're estheticians. I'm not a money strategist. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for an esthetician that can give you feedback on where to put your money, that's not me. I'm going to send you over to Twee, who she's probably going to send you over to somebody or, you know, that can kind of like help. And that's the whole power of networking. It's just to kind of piggyback again off of attending these events. And there's studies that show how events put you on a motivational high. And then when you leave these events, you're so motivated to just go out there and get this done. And all of a sudden you want to do an e-commerce. And it's like, what? I never want to do that before, but you heard someone speak so strongly about e-commerce and now you're feeling on fire to do it. Stay focused, stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve and grow in, and surround yourself with people that can actually help you get there. So these networking events are supposed to fuel you in a way where you feel like you're not empty, that you're full enough to leave there and apply that energy towards something else, not go to an event or spend money in an event and then you leave the event like, okay, I did make some connections, but I don't feel like I got anything else out of it. You want to feel like you get something from it.
Even if it's good connections,
even if it's
right?
Good connections,
even if you really don't feel like you resonated with anybody that was on stage or the topics that were spoken about, if you have a new little bestie at your table that you can network with and, branch out, learn more from, then that makes it worth it also.
It does.
So, but I think it's easy to get very caught up. It's kind of like going to the trade show, right?
Yeah.
You go with one thing in mind, like, nope, I got my list. I'm not veering away from this. And then you see all the shiny things.
Yeah.
You hear them, this product, throwing samples at you, all the lights are going off and you're just like, I want everything.
I want everything. Yeah.
And then sometimes you can almost leave more confused than when you walked in.
For sure. Yeah. So network wisely, y'all. Get out there and network, but network wisely. Make those connections, but don't feel obligated to buy into everything that you see that's shining nice and gold or diamonds, whatever. Like you don't have to buy into everything. Trust your instinct, connect with those that you feel could add value to who you are as a business owner, and branch out, go to different networking events. You just never know. Yeah. You just never know who you may meet and the experience that you're going to have. So get out there and network.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of the Esty Collaborative Podcast.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next episode.